beastly. Man, it swims like a fish, dude. Swims like a fish with none of the BS. What's going on, everybody? Gunner here. Today's video is all about where to find quality bucktail. Let's dive in and check it out. Scheiße, that thing's sharp. Oh. Yes, please. This packaging is legit. Look at them, guys. Triple A. Ginger and orange. Oh my goodness. Oh, almost speechless. Look at that. Look at that fluff. Look at that fluff. Now that is some tail right there, my friends. So how do you find quality bucktail? Well, to kind of understand some of the problems that plague the bucktail industry, it kind of helps if you understand the chicken industry and or genetics. But if you just look at like a little table of a dominant and recessive gene, and of course this is like bare bones basics genetics, but you pair them up, you'll get like 25% double dominant, 50% dominant recessive, and then you'll get 25% of double recessive that then becomes dominant. So you can select for specific traits and how you breed animals or trees or whatever sort of reproduction you're doing. And that's exactly how they make fly tying feathers for our industry. This is not a byproduct. These are literally raised and bred, selecting for specific traits to create unique lines of chickens to produce a favorable outcome in the feather. Now this is a Whiting Farms American hackle. The American hackle is literally a line of chickens that have been bred down and bred down and bred down to create this, an absolutely amazing rooster cape for tying deceivers. Like this is the ultimate deceiver hackle. Now you don't get that by taking some free range chicken and skinning it and then tying feathers with it. You get it by selecting for it year after year after year, or breeding cycle, until that becomes dominant and you can refine it and refine it and refine it to make the perfect hackle. Bucktail is not so. Bucktail just happens to be a byproduct of the hunting industry. Now, like a long tail, I don't know how that would be selected for in nature, right? It's not like if a buck has a long tail or a doe has a long tail, they're somehow more favorable to reproduce, or it doesn't somehow make you more fit to live and to get passed on. Now, I think that could happen by happenstance, by accident, all across the country, where you might have some populations of deer, very small or very big. Could be like northern Wisconsin, where they typically have longer hair versus maybe upstate New York. Like, I don't know. But what you have to understand is our manufacturers, our wholesalers, the whole supply chain, it's just based off of natural variation that exists in nature. None of it is being selected for. Now I'm going to promote a handful of people in this video, but I don't know everybody in the bucktail industry. I haven't tried everybody's tails. Guys, if you see this video and you know of people who sell high quality bucktail and grade quality bucktail, list them in the comments. Help people find quality resources. I'm going to promote a handful that I'm aware of that I really like and I want to help them grow, right? So that's up to me. You guys can do your work on your end in the comment section. But what you have to understand is, first and foremost, every fly shop has the potential to have a really, really good tail. And I'm talking about from the material distributor side of things. And what I mean is, you know, I've bought 100 bucktails at one time from Hareline Dubbin. And then I go through and I would grade them and I list them on my website based off length. And about 20%, only about 20%, will run 4.5-inch hair and above. But Hareline, just like everybody else, just like Brad at Primo Tail, everybody else are subjected to natural variation in nature. So understand that every retailer could have a 5-inch AAA grade Magnum tail listed for $7, but you have to go find it. You have to pick out your tails in person if it's not from a graded resource. So understand that. Now, the company that I've had the best success with, and then I think are you know, they're just kind of rocking the industry. They're building a fly shop from the ground up, I think the right way, and really community-based, and they're just doing everything the right way, but it's Musky Fool Fly Fishing. Now, Musky Fool runs a tail line called Primo Tail, which is processed by Brad Bohen, and it's retailed through Musky Fool. So Primo Tail is Brad Bowen's line of bucktail that come from northern Wisconsin, that he does all the processing and dyeing, and then he retails it through Musky Fool. And these are graded by length, AAA magnums, AA, which is most of the highest grade that you'll find. AAAs are pretty rare. Grade A, which is going to be like 4-inch hair, but they're really, really well done and some of the best colors I've ever seen. So Musky Fool is where I tend to go to when I want to tie musky flies. You know, I need 4.5, 5-inch hair to tie the perfect beast fly. This is what I'm looking for. A few other resources. Now, I haven't seen these graded and available on his website in maybe a year or two, so I don't know if he's still doing it. But if you're on the East Coast and you have the chance to go to the fly fishing show in Edison or the International Fly Tying Symposium, Mr. Brad Buzzy from buzzfly.com, he has the cleanest, best processed, highest quality hair I have ever touched. But I don't think they're available online anymore. So if you're on the East Coast, check that out if you get a chance, buzzfly.com, Brad Buzzy. Another person who I know does very high quality work is Ellis Ward, who runs Fly Zotics. So those are kind of the three guys I'd really recommend you check out if you're kind of reaching out for an online source and you can't pick it out in person. But please remember, every retailer has a chance at having a truly magnum, AA grade, high quality tail from just the distributors, because everything's subjected to the natural variation existing in nature. Now I'm going to put this tail to some good use. You see I have a dropper shank built up. I got 4 0.4 gram hollow steel beads on there to weight balance and help cast it, put the weight in the front of the fly. I have a hard mono extension already ribbed up with my 1/2-inch spacing. We're going to be dropping a treble on there, whether you guys like it or not. And then I'm going to take this fly out, tied with this absolutely ridiculous hair, and we're going to catch a muskie. Well, that's a pretty hard transition. How about we're going to go cast it for like 5 hours? Yeah. I'll bring you guys along. We'll go cast it for 5 hours. I'll show you how it moves and just what you can accomplish with some seriously prime, double grade A Primo Tail. All right, let's do it. So after about 2 hours of my life there, that is a proper musky beast fly. About 12.5 inches, hard mono extended body, dropper shanked, weight balanced, treble hooked. That's a musky sucker right there. So let's hit the water and see if we can't fool fish. It's my first time down in the harbor, but I think we're gonna give this edge a go. They dredge all this stuff for the freighters. It's literally, 22 feet deep out here. Almost near vertical drop. Hopefully there'll be some weeds up on here and we'll just work our way around the point and I'll show you guys the beast. Oh. Sorry, I know the water's absolutely filthy. It normally is. It's life in the Northland. Look at that. Beastly. Beastly. Man, it swims like a fish, dude. It swims like a fish with none of the BS. I'd advise doing what I'm doing, but at it. You turd! You son of a turd! I got no idea what I'm doing and you missed it! How could you miss it? You SOB! Why would you do that to me? Ah! I'm gonna be here the rest of the day! So this is what's going on. My map says there's a big piece of land that comes out from the shore, and I'm like, I don't see one, I don't believe you. So I drive over here, and sure enough, I'm marking this huge gravel shelf that comes straight out. Like they used to have a break wall here, but it's not there anymore. Figured I'd cast straight down the break wall, and he missed it. He flippin' missed it. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry we didn't connect, but at least we moved a fish. That's pretty cool, especially for the first time being out here. This place terrifies me, to be square with you, but we'll try again. Who knows? But that's where I find quality bucktail, and that's what I tie with it. See ya.